Hello, welcome to Craft in Knicnax. Today I want to show you how I do or how I plan my monthly pages. So it's now December and I want to show you my December pages and the thought process that I have when creating my monthly pages. So you can see here my cover page. But before we go to the details of how I think of my themes and all that, I want to share with you the first steps that I do before I even create this. And that first step is actually to do this page, which is like a review of the month. I have one page, the one on the left is always to review my bullet journal and just last month my planner system, because I'm using multiple planners this year, and I find that even if I just do a review of my bullet journal, I always tend to put in information about the other journals and planners that I use when they don't work or when they work, or if I developed a new way of using them. So I always put them down here. I used to call this pagtatasan ng bujo or pagtatasan ng bullet journal, which translates to reviewing my bullet journal. I changed it this year, or this month, last month rather, for November, to planner system. I'm yet to translate this into a Filipino term. But anyway, so this is that. My left page is always to review my planning system and journaling system on how I can improve it. I keep this page always because it's important for me that my planners and my journals are working. I haven't updated mine or haven't filled out the pages for my October and September. I was so busy and rushing through everything. I had the pages, I made them, but I wasn't able to fill them out. So this month I made sure I was able to fill them out and put the things that I needed to put down, because this is a big part of improving my system. The beauty of bullet journaling is that you can design it or lay it out the way you need it, the way you want it. And it's important for me because I get to track which things worked, mabisa, which things worked, which did not work, what things I should continue, what things I should discontinue that I'm doing this month, and what I should start new. Like if I have new ideas that I want to implement while I'm doing this review, I write them down, because sometimes along the way I think of things that I want to do but don't implement them immediately, because I think that I'm thinking, or my line of thinking about those things would be I will start them next month, or it will be more fitting if I started next month. So I put them here to make a mental note of it. Or anything that comes up. Usually when I think of something new, I do it immediately. I don't wait for the next month. That's why I have the to continue and to stop. So I put those here. And then the other side is also a review of my month, of the past month, but this time on a personal level, on different aspects of myself, of my life. One is my faith, other is family, one is work, one is finances, and one is for myself, just myself. Like if I want to be more patient or something, so working on myself, because I am a work in progress. And I want to improve different aspects of my life. That's why I'm planning and journaling. So I write those here to lay them down. I usually don't review them, but I should. I don't go through them after I write them, but I probably should, so I am more focused. This is actually supposed to work in conjunction with my goals for the year, but I haven't been very diligent in doing that, in backtracking and checking how I've been the past month. It's more of just listing and getting into the habit of listing and reviewing myself and reviewing my planner system, and it has worked. This system, or this doing this review, I think I started it mid 2017, and it's a practice that I've incorporated until this year. And if you're not doing it, I highly recommend that you do it. Even just this page, or even just this page, whatever you need. I recommend doing both, because the reviewing your planner system, even if you're not bullet journaling, even if you're just using a regular planner, reviewing your planner system actually works in helping you become more productive. And then on the flip side, rather not the flip side, but on the other side, reviewing yourself and getting yourself better every day, every month is also a big help in your personal development. So there. So this is one part, or one task that I do at the end of the month, or at the end of the last week of the month. And then the other is updating my my index. So it's kind of tedious to update the index every day or every week. So what I do is I just update it at one go at the end of the month, usually after I make my review pages. So I write them down. It's a bit messy. I figured I just updated November. It's the ink that I used. Even if I wrote this down like July, I have my hands or my fingers were a little sweaty. It activated the ink, so it's a little messy. But anyway, it's my bullet journal, and I've learned to embrace the little messes that I make. So that's that. So again, I updated usually after I finish doing the review, but this month I did not do it that way. I just updated it now, and it's December 3. I made my pages last week. It was a work in progress, so I just finished updating it now. So going back, there. So when do I start making my monthly pages? Like, how do I decide when or which week I should start? Usually I start the week before the month starts, where the first of the month falls in. So the week before that, unless the first of the week falls on a Sunday. I do that. I use that way, because at least if it falls on a Sunday, I have time to make the spreads on a Saturday. But if it doesn't fall on a Sunday, I'd rather that I do it the week before. Actually, even if it falls on a Sunday or on a weekend, I usually still do it a week before the first of the month. That way I have a longer time to do it. I started that practice after I went back to work after maternity leave, because I don't have time to make my spreads anymore. Unlike before, like when I was still at home on medical leave due to my sensitive pregnancy. So anyway, so that is how I end my month. And then after I do this 2 pages and update my feature log, I go on and make my cover page. I started making cover pages last 2017, I think, or early 2018. I didn't usually make cover pages because I find them a waste of space, a waste of a page. But I came to a point where I had an idea for a monthly spread, and I need an extra page because one was blank. So I figured, okay, I will do a deco page. And then I realized it was really fun to make, and it's a great way for me to get in touch with my artistic side or creative side. I'm not really good at arts, but I do try. So and I figured that when I made that, was that okay, this is a really good way to get in touch with that creativity, so I will keep it. So I kept at doing it, and that's when I discovered that I usually end a spread like this way. So, and I still needed a spread for my monthly calendar, so I needed to add another page, which then I figured, okay, I will make my highlights of the month, or also called mga tampok. I called it mga tampok and then the month, which translates, like for now, mga tampok ng Disyembre, which in English translates to highlights of December. So I put them side by side. The idea is whenever something big happens, I write it down. I usually forget to update this, and most of the time it contains like 1 or 2 highlights until the month ends. And then before the month ends, before I even do my review, before I do this page, I add the other highlights that I forgot to put in on this page. I actually contemplated putting this on the end of the month, but it won't match the numbering or the way the spreads work on my bullet journal, so I kept it at the start of the month. But I usually update this at the end. Like I usually update it at the start of the month, like I'm a little bit diligent in filling it out, and then towards the mid of the second week I forget about it, and then don't update it, because this is just highlights, not everyday things, because that's what the dailies are for. Like, this is our big events that made me really, really happy, or maybe really, really sad, that needs to be immortalized in its own, or in a page. So that's that. I usually do matching themes across my monthly pages. I have 6 pages. Yes, I have 6 pages, and I don't really match the season that much. Like, for example, December is snow, or like October is fall. I don't usually follow that, except that August is usually birthday themed because it's my birthday month. That's it. So I usually choose my themes at random, and when I sit down and decide to design, it's not something that I premeditate or think about before the month ends. It's just really just let myself loose, think of something, and then put it down. Like in this case, I use washi, and this spread or this design was actually inspired by a washi challenge that I joined in one of these Facebook groups. So the challenge was to use washi to introduce myself, like my favorite theme when decorating my planner. And a theme that I really enjoy doing is distressed style and vintage style. So I combined those and just literally cut a washi and stick them on my journal, on my bullet journal in there. And then I bought this new tool. This is deco foil, and I bought a glue tape that the deco foil sticks to. So I wrote on it on clear sticker paper, and so that's how my spread looks like. So my first 2 pages of my month are my cover page and my highlights of the month, and then the next page is my calendar. So I have my calendar, which is this view. When I used my Rodia, my Sunday was on the next page, but the Midori MD notebook, I was able to fit everything in here. So it's here. So the way my calendar works is that I put in whatever fits, and then anything that doesn't fit, I put here. And then I have my monthly goals, which I haven't written down because I haven't thought about them yet, and my monthly to-dos, which is, I usually have a notes page here, but I forgot to make the sticker for it, and I don't put a lot of notes in my monthly pages anyway, because most of them are already in my future log. So when I fill this out, I reference the events from my future log. So you can see it filled out now, because when I made it, I put in the dates already. And then my goals and to-dos are usually based on what I accomplished last month, which needs to be done this month. Anything new that I think of. Like, for example, this month it's December. One of my goals would be to make Christmas cards, or it could be a to-do. So there. I recently discovered this. I'm reading self-help books about time management and self-improvement, and I'm going to try about this new method of goal setting. I'll let you know how it works for me, and when I find the appropriate goal setting mindset exercise thing that works for me, I'll let you know. I'll make a video of it and the thought process behind it. But this is the second spread, or the next 2 pages of my monthly pages. And then next is my trackers. I usually just have this tracker and then a skincare, if you remember, but now I consolidated everything. That I used to have a 10-step Korean skincare dedicated page, but I find that I waste a lot of space because the 10-step Korean skincare, not everything needs to be done every day, and I'm not really doing all 10 steps every week. So I figured I'll just stick to the ones that I do every day, or I think are important, and anything extra like putting on face mask and exfoliating, which I usually forget to do. I can forget about them or not track them, or just log them in my dailies. So I have my anything that needs to be tracked. I love this setup. It takes a while, or it takes a lot of effort to make, but I really love it. So I put in an effort to do it. And then I used to have a finance tracker, in the sense that expense tracker, where I shade a circle when I do purchases. Now I want a more in-depth analysis of my finances. This is the 3rd month I'm using this, and I keep on failing to fill out all the boxes. So it's a goal to actually get on the habit of listing everything. I haven't written down the headers, but I'm mostly tracking expenses. These 4 are for my work expenses, like my commute, the cost of my commute to work, and then going to work, going home, the cost of my dinner. I work a different shift. My lunch break is actually falls on dinner. So the cost of my dinner and the cost of my snacks, or merienda as we call it here in the Philippines, the cost of my merienda here. And then these 3 trackers are like for groceries, for personal stuff that I buy for myself, and I haven't decided what to put on the last one. This is new. Last month I just kept this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 trackers. I made another one because there was space. I don't know what to put in it yet. So this is actually still blank. And so that's it. These are my monthly pages. Let me know in the comments if you find it useful, or if you have any other video suggestions that you want, any video that you want me to do, any review, or if you have any bullet journaling questions, journaling planning questions. Let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to answer you guys or make a video of it. That's it. If you like this video, please hit like. If you haven't already, please click subscribe and hit that bell button to get notified of new videos that comes up in my channel. Thank you for watching. Bye!